Hello, welcome to MTG&3, the channel where we talk about a Magic the Gathering topic for 180 seconds. My name is Simeon, also known as Santa's beard and belly on a younger, sexier man. I wanted to somehow link this episode to Christmas, and the only thing I could think of was like elves. Elves are Christmassy, right? Today we're doing a deck tech for Marwyn the Nurturer, also known as Marvin Gaye, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, stuff like that. For 3 mana, you get a 1/1, and whenever another elf enters the battlefield under your control, you put a +1/+1 counter on Marv. You can then tap to add green mana equal to Marvin's power. So we've got 2 strategies. 1, make Marvin big and just do some combat damage, but 2 is going to be some kind of ramp stuff. Let's have a look. Let's start with the mana base. 25 forests, 1 snow-covered forest for no reason whatsoever, Hashep Oasis and Calney Garden, mono green all-stars. We then have Cradle of the Accursed, Sun-Scorched Desert, Command Beacon, Forge of Heroes, and all 4 flippity lands from the most recent Zendikar set. We're gonna need some ramp, and I've heard that Sol Ring and Cultivate are pretty good. All of the rest of the ramp is elf-based, starting out with Llanowar Elves, Finehorn, Elvish Mystic, Arbor, Llanowar, Wirewood, Elvish, Pioneer, Priest of Titania, Wood Elves, and Incubation Druid. We're going to need to draw some cards to use all of that mana, and we're going to do that with Garruk's Horde, Harmonize, Once Upon a Time, Soul of the Harvest, Icon of Ancestry, Endless Atlas, and the 2 card draw styles of this deck are Colossal Majesty, because hopefully Marvin is always going to be out and always be over 4 power, and Lifecrafter's Bestiary, because every time I cast a creature spell, which you may have noticed, there's a few elves in this deck, I can pay green to draw a card. As I said at the start, we need Marvin to get really big, and we're going to do that with some more elves, like Pollenbright Druid, Evolution Sage, Timberwatch Elf, Unarmorcraft Judge, Rishkar, Pima Renegade, and the Ivy Lane Denizen. We also have some Larginators that aren't elves, like Verdurous Gearhulk, Hydra's Growth, Renata, and also Hardened Scales, which in a counters deck, it's alright. It's an okay card. For one, there's worse things to do with 1 mana. The rest of the elves in the deck are utility elves, things that you want to be doing anyway, like removal, but they're stapled to an elf. We start with the Elvish Lords, Dwynnen and Elvish Clancaller. We've also got Rexage, the Elvish Scrapper, Elvish Lyricist, Essence Warden, Tajuru Blightblade, and Blightblade? It is Blightblade. I thought it was Brightblade. It's Blightblade. Of course, he's got Death Touch. And Llanowar Elite. Now we've made Marvin big, we really need to protect her. We're going to do that with a Spore Frog, a Vigor, Swiftfoot Boots, a Sword of Sinew and Steel, and also the Ozolith. At certain times we're going to need to find a particular elf, and we're going to use Yisan to do that. That elf might be in the graveyard though, so we might use Recollect as well. Acidic Slime is just amazing. Vivian gives all our elves flash, and the Mir Superior is just a bit of a wild card, but it's a 5/6 that I can pretty much always cast for 2 mana. As I said, one of our strategies is making Marvin massive and hitting people for commander damage, at which point we need to give her Trample. Talons of Wildwood, Aggressive Mammoth, Prodigious Growth, and Thunderfoot Baloth all do that. But Trample isn't the only way to get damage through. Weatherseed Elf can give Marv Forest Walk, and Taunting Elf makes her effectively unblockable for a turn. Our other main strategy is to just make a ton of green mana with Marvin, but she'll need to tap to make the mana, so untapping her can be pretty good. Umbral Mantle basically gives us infinite mana. Wirewood Symbiote untaps her and also offers Recursion to our utility elves. And Vitalized untaps all of the creatures. There's plenty of more powerful things you can do with a ton of green mana, but I've chosen to go down the tokens route. Jade Mage makes Saprolings, Ren's Packmaster makes Wolves, Ant Queen makes ants? Actually, no, it makes insects. That's weird. Are ants insects? Ants are insects, right? You can Google that one later. And Centaur Glade makes centaurs. My last win con in this deck is Helix Pinnacle, which if I manage to pay 100 mana into it, just wins me the game.